If you're thirsty, today you have more choices than ever to satisfy your palate. In the liquid refreshment beverage category, it's a battle for what's called share of stomach, fighting for that sweet spot in a consumer's belly.
You know, at the end of the day, no one's going to increase their total consumption in terms of gallonage of beverages. We want to be able to get the majority of that share of stomach.
Nestle Waters, based in Stamford, Connecticut, is a leading bottled water provider in this hugely competitive $10 billion category. Some of their brands include Perrier, San Pellegrino, Poland Spring, Deer Park, and Nestle Pure Life. Nestle Waters has a sales force of more than 600 people, and the company owns several natural springs around the country.
The strength of our brands and the strength of our organization and the strength of our sales are about our people. And we want to make sure that the people are well developed, trained, and can be bottled water experts.
The organization's roots began in the mid-70s as the Perrier Group of America. Perrier, that chic, iconic drink, really was the start of the bottled water craze as we know it today.
Having it in a convenient bottle, sealed at the source, and it really started a kind of a cultural institution within bars and restaurants.
Today, the small, convenient-sized water bottle is the core of the company's growth.
The category has grown so much that many stores are simply a little bit behind on being able to manage and have large enough areas on the shelf to be able to handle that consumer demand.
In this industry, sales reps fight for real estate around the store.
You literally have a 1 to 5 minute opportunity to influence a store manager or someone around the store.
With so much competition and a crowded shelf space, how does the sales force at Nestle Waters break through? In 2008, when the economy slowed, so too did the rate at which consumers were springing for bottles of water. Sales were down after years of robust growth.
We were used to double-digit growth in the category. We expanded rapidly. We were building 2 to 4 plants per year to keep up with the capacity and demand of our brands.
But pinching pennies wasn't the only thing causing consumers to question the purchase of bottled water. Right around that same time, the bottled water industry experienced a backlash by consumer groups trying to promote tap water by going after bottled water and its environmental footprint.
It really enabled us to sit back and say we need to communicate more not only about the quality of our brands, but what we are doing for the environment and our carbon footprint.
The company had been actively taking steps to take plastic out of their bottles and out of packaging, but the public wasn't aware of those programs. Sales of bottled water continued to suffer. While the company was considering how to change its communication tactics, the management was facing a larger dilemma, trying to figure out what to do with a bloated sales force.
We had to change the way we approach our business. We had to get very, very specific on what our goals need to be in order to be able to drive this category again and get back into that growth mode.
With sales in a down mode, the management at Nestle Waters decided it was time to reorganize. It was a move that improved communication, focus areas, and also made the sales force a bit smaller.
We had fiefdoms of general managers that ran their business, and they ran supply chain, they ran the field as far as all of our in-store salespeople, as well as their headquarters salespeople. We pulled all that in to centralize the processes.
With the new centralized sales force, processes were established and aligned across marketing, sales execution, supply chain, and across the organization as a whole, making the sales team a cohesive force and providing them with more leverage.
It really drove the efficiency and the productivity and the execution around the country.
Execution as in negotiating more consumer interruptions around the store.
We also concentrate around the perimeter, up and around the aisles of the store, what we consider consumer interruptions. So you may not have had the intent in the beginning to buy water, but if you continue to bump into our brands or bottled water, you're eventually going to put it into your cart.
More interruptions can mean more sales.
A deal may happen at headquarters, but we have to make sure there's compliance through the supply chain at store level to make sure we get the execution at stores. So it is up to us to make sure that we are well wired and integrated at every point of contact.
Part of the sales force's success in jockeying for premium real estate can be traced all the way back to the way reps are trained.
It really begins with fact-based selling and category insights. So what's the reason for being, and why are we better than another brand, and why are we better than private label, and so forth. We do a lot of data mining to promote our brands.
That data mining is then turned into fact-based selling, which in turn can be parlayed into basket ring.
We have insights that talk about our brands, of how they drive traffic, how they bring basket ring. If you bring a Poland Spring and put it into your basket, how it increases, and how loyalty and how other purchases increase based upon our brands.
The results of centralizing the sales force paid off. New year-round promotions both motivated the sales force and captured consumers' attention.
Super Bowl is something that, we never thought we would be able to have significant programming and displays around Super Bowl, but here we are building bigger displays than Budweiser or Frito-Lay, and with some of the largest parties in the year happening around the Super Bowl, well, consumers want to have a non-alcoholic beverage as well. And our business took off. So we really thought differently, thought outside the box, challenged ourselves to be able to stretch out the year and focus on different areas around the year, and it really has worked out tremendously.
And the company has also put a major effort into promoting its environmental footprint by educating the public about its commitment to the environment, moves that are starting more carts for Nestle Waters. For the Pearson Video Library, I'm Pat Laurie.